Hello! This video is going to be on doing 200 map clears of Shaper Guardian maps. So if we go over here, the Lair of the Hydra, Pit of the Chimera, Forge of the Phoenix, and Maze of the Minotaur. For this set, I did my invites with them being 6 mods and then corrupted. So I Exalted Orbed them until they had 6 mods and then corrupted them. That said, I did the maps as white and I included the price of the scours in it. I used the Harbinger, so I used 2 compasses. I used the Harbinger to give extra shards, and then I used the additional Conqueror maps on completing the map, which gave me a Conqueror map every single map, which is a nice reward. That's going to be, the Conqueror one is probably the more valuable of the two, but if you're at League Start, you can run it with just the Mysterious Harbinger, and it's just fine. I did 24 of the maps with Delirium on the map device, but mostly I used Essence, so I swapped over to an Essence tree after, and that enabled. And Delirium is more expensive, but it is harder to do comparatively. If you want to maximize the amount you get per map, I would go Delirium, and then I would also do Elva, which is going to get you a ton of extra rewards. Overall, the cost of the 200 maps and the invites and all the compasses and everything was 136 divines, which is relatively cheap. A lot of people can afford that, and it's easy to do. They were all white, so it's perfectly fine to do this on League Start comparatively, as it was a relatively easy map. As far as drops, I got 31 of the invites back, so I only had to buy 19 invites. That I valued the invites at around 1.2 per invite, so that was 37 divines back, which was pretty nice. The Maven's Rights, though, gave me 114.8, so I got 28.7, and I valued them at 4 each. So basically, with just the Mavens and the formed invites, it paid the entire thing off. I also got 55 of the Chimera, 58 of the Minotaur, 66 of the Phoenix, and 62 of the Hydra during the runs, which gave me a total of 50.2 approximately. I valued the Chimera a bit higher due to the fact it's more annoying to farm, and I did, although I counted them in the system, I did lose out on 2 of the Chimera drops due to the fact that he sometimes is not lootable. But I got about just under 60, so 59.2 divines back from that, approximately, which means just from running to the boss and clearing Maven and the Guardians, you easily get your money back, as that's far over that. The ones when I did with Delirium, I got about 7 divines over the 24 maps worth of Delirium Splinters, and almost 9 or so divines in Delirium Orbs. So Delirium does add up. For the blueprints, I didn't get all that many. I got 1 3-wing blueprint, which I valued at approximately 1.5 from what I could see people were buying them for. And then I got 23 normal blueprints. It's not something I would necessarily be getting, but I didn't have that much other places to put my points, as I did want to do the test as simple as possible, so it was easy to do at League Starts. Fracturing Orbs and Annulments and Ancient Shards, I got fairly lucky on the Fracturing Orbs, so I got 0.6 of an orb. Overall, I got about 20 divines worth of stuff out of the Harbinger Scarabs, which isn't too bad. It adds up. I got 8 Orbs of Conflict. So the Orbs of Conflict from the Maven Invites. I got 8 of those. Maps. This league is relatively easy to sell. I can't say how hard it is going to be to sell just random maps. I got 59 of the Shaper, 46 of the Elder. I got 104 of the Cirrus maps that I considered bad. So this league, it would be non-City Square, which was I had all my favorites on City Square, and non-Tier 15, as Tier 15 can be changed over to Mesa. The good ones I had 118 of, and those were the City Square and the Tier 15s to change to Mesa. And then for synthesized maps, I didn't get any Cortex, but I did get 14 just random synthesized maps. They are useful items, and you can run them, and they're also profitable, but not as profitable, I find, as the Guardian maps. You're more going after lucky drops. As far as essences, and I did essences for 176 of the maps. I got 67 corrupted essence just after I finished everything up. I used quite a few during the process. I got 879 of the Screaming Essence. I got 1,296 of the Shrieking Essence. And then 259 Deafening Essences. And then the top ones, so for the top type, I ended up getting 23 of them. I didn't specifically mark out what essences were which, just because if you're doing it at League Start, you're not going to necessarily be able to pick and choose. You're going to get a random assortment anyways. As far as prices, I valued the top one, so the Insanity, Horror, Delirium, and Hysteria at 0.2 as a base number. Deafening Essences, I valued at 10 to 1. So, and then it went down from there. So I valued 30 to 1 for the Shrieking. Some of these will be more expensive, some of them might be a bit less. And the Screaming I valued at 50 to 1. It's going to be something that's very, very useful for crafters, and generally if you sell in bulk you can get a better price. I was just looking at near the end of the league selling prices, as I want to make this as realistic as possible for people, especially at League Start. As far as total profits that I got 459 Divine Orbs worth of items dropping. Now I had to subtract out the 136, so, and it took me 7.4 hours to do all the runs, meaning I was getting an average of about 43.7 divines an hour. Now these were on, as I said, white maps, very easy to run, so almost anyone can run it. If you're trying to optimize it, I would have a build that can easily clear a map. I wasn't clearing all that many mobs, so if you're able to clear a large number of trash mobs on the way to the boss, then Delirium is going to definitely be very good. Even my numbers for Delirium are going to be low because I never got past 5 of the reward things. If you guys have any questions, please comment down and I can try to help you out and answer them. And please like and subscribe, and thank you very much for watching my video.